It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Hello, hello. Welcome everybody from around the world. This is Samson Lee coming to you from Los Angeles, California. And today for Wellness Wednesday, for our very special guest, we have Dr. Dan Gubler, the Chief Scientific Officer for 3. Hello, Dr. Dan. How are you?
Hello, Samson. Hello, everyone. Good to be with you all.
Hey, great to see you. You're in your hoodie. Are you out there exploring? I see your background. Well, where on earth are you today?
I am. You see, that's our plantain actually in the background. I chose this specifically because that plantain plant is in our Visage Super Serum. And the molecules, when you look at that in the background, can't you just see those beautiful molecules floating around? Those molecules in our serum really make it head and shoulders above anything else that's been seen in the skincare industry. And that's why people are getting great results. So yes, we're exploring.
Well, I don't know. It's either your camera or you have been using, you're looking younger yourself.
Yes, I use it every day, and I've seen great results. You know, I used to work outside in construction growing up, and so I was in the hot sun a lot, and I was working where there was a lot of dust, and so I did have some melasma, you know, underneath my eyes, kind of on my cheekbones here. But since I've been using Visage this past several months as we've been developing it, and as we launched it, the other day my wife was like, "Whoa, your melasma spots are pretty much gone," and I was like, "Huh? Oh yeah." I looked in the mirror and yeah, it's the real deal.
That's great. My sister would love that. It runs a little bit in our family too. But anyway, it's very exciting. The Visage, since the launch, we had a huge promotion, huge month in sales. You know, people, month and a half, people chasing, and many people breaking ranks. And I guess that's why with you, some of them are with you today in Tulum, Mexico. All right. And
That's right.
thank you for dressing up. I know your airline was gracious enough to lose your luggage, so thank you so much for being here.
We do what we can.
There you go. There you go. No matter what, for the people. So I heard recently there's very exciting news. It was like almost like a rumor, right? I first saw it on the chat, and I guess somebody caught it in the email, company email. So our Visage Super Serum got into the PR. Now, when I heard that, now to be honest, I was thinking, I didn't know a skincare can be in the PR. But from that, can you maybe just speak overall of how we got into PDR and why it's there, and what credibility does that bring?
Yeah, exactly. So one thing that we're really proud of is now all of our products, all seven of our products are in the PDR. And like you said, when some people saw it was in the PDR, they were like, huh? Does that, oh, well, that means that you can just buy your way into the PDR for sure, because now you have the serum in there. Well, no, when I was working with the PDR and I was sending them the data, they said, a serum? You really wanted to submit a serum for inclusion into the PDR? And I said, yeah. And I sent them our neurocosmetic studies, and I sent them the science behind the product, and I sent them the research that we've done with the molecules from this plantain plant. And when they looked and they saw that it was neurocosmetic, what they mentioned, and it's what we say, this is a holistic health product. So not only does Visage Super you to look good and whatnot, but the cognitive health properties of the product make it an all-around complete product. And that's why the PDR wanted to put it in, because medical professionals can recommend people use this serum as they're meeting with them, right? So someone who, where brain health, supporting brain health is very important to them, and the doctor is already working with them on some other things, why not in the skincare regimen that they're using each day? Why not use a neurocosmetic that could support cognitive health?
Wow, that's powerful. That's good stuff. So even the PDR people, they were excited about it. They want to put it in, and yeah, wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
they
And
were. And they loved neurocosmetic. When I talked about neurocosmetic, they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's a real thing." And like I said, when I sent them the studies, they were just blown away. As I know a lot of people, when we talk with people on the street and when we mention neurocosmetic, it piques interest. And then when you have the science to back it up like we do, it's a powerful thing.
yeah, and I know a lot of new people. I'm sure people have been using it and they've been starting to get on it. And for very new people who came in after August will launch it, so for example, the super serum, the Visage, in terms of in the PDR, are there a lot of skincare in the PDR? I mean, are there a lot of serums or creams or whatever?
Yeah, there are no skincare products like serums or creams in the PDR. Now when you go to the PDR and you type in OTC things, Accutane and other things like that, of course those are in the PDR. But as far as a skincare serum or any skincare ingredient, Visage Super Serum is the first in the PDR, and we're really excited and happy about that.
That is very exciting news. Now, and going back to, I forgot, I was going to ask you, going back to what you say about, the PDR, excited about neurocosmetic. Well, compared to, there are some other neurocosmetic products out there, but I realize a lot of it is just marketing. They touch the cells in the skin and that's it, but not the nerve maybe, but not necessarily what we do where it reaches the brain.
Exactly. When they say neurocosmetic, other companies, they just kind of talk about sensory, right? How it feels on the skin, and they add some ingredients that kind of make the skin tingle a little bit. And because of that, that's what they're saying is neuro, right? But our product, the world's first neurocosmetic product that supports health of the skin brain connection, right? So the idea that you can put something on the skin and molecules in that formula can actually promote and activate neurons, which sends a signal to the brain that supports health of neurotransmitter production in the brain that can then help to support mood and cognitive function. That's wild. It's something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But the future's arrived here with three with this product.
That it is. That's amazing. I mean, I'm looking forward to even more, signs down that road because that's a new territory, right? That's very exciting. So let me ask you then, people get great results. I mean, people looking younger and younger. I got quite amazing results on my skin. I don't really want to make any health claim, and I don't think it is, but when you get older, you have those skin tags.
Hmm.
Oh, they are improving. I was so shocked. I don't know why, but maybe you do something to figure out why that's happening, right? But it's just, I guess, is it? I don't even know why it's happening, but it's something that a lot of older people have, like me, right? So, now, but let me ask you, since we talk about it being a listed product, we're heading into the winter months, fall and winter months in North America, in the Northern Hemisphere. Many of the countries that we do business in. They're in the northern hemisphere. Some are close to the equator, right? Forever warm, right? But how does the Visage Super Serum help promote better health for us these winter months?
Yeah, there's a couple of really interesting aspects here. The first is that during the fall and winter, when you have cold temperatures and reduced humidity, it can cause the skin to become more dry. Obviously, we know that. But when the skin becomes more dry, and also what happens is the skin microbiome, the bacteria on the skin, that composition is altered, and all of that can lead to a reduced production of collagen in the skin. And it can also relate
Oh,
to reduced elastin levels. And so both of these things can actually profoundly affect skin health. And this happens most markedly, it's most pronounced during the winter, fall and winter months. So that's a big deal. And so when you use Visage Super Serum and also our collagen product, right, which helps to support health of collagen production in the body and turn those collagen producing genes back on, then that's a beautiful combination. The other thing, Samson, is during the fall and winter months, mood. We can have changes in mood, perturbations, right? There's things like the cold temperature, the sun isn't shining as much throughout the day, the moon, phases of the moon. There's all sorts of things that as scientists, we don't know exactly what, but we do know that mood can be perturbed. And supporting a healthy mood can be a bit harder during the fall and winter months. And so, with the neurocosmetic properties of this product, like we just talked about, it's a really beautiful thing to have in your arsenal during your normal skincare steps, like you would. Step 3, you put on the serum, and bam, it can help you during the fall and winter time, not only from collagen production and skin health, but also to support your healthy mood.
you know that I mention all that, I think about myself, right? Winter time, I'm one of those people who like, oh, there's not so much sun, so I don't feel like, I won't be as active, you know? I mean, I was more active when I was younger, like going skiing and all that. But as we get older, when the winter change, aside from the mood, we're like, I don't know, maybe we just stay indoor. So, but you're right. Come to think of it, even today, surprisingly, it's cloudy in Los Angeles. I want to be outside doing stuff around the house. So that's good. That's good. I did put a lot on today, so.
You
um,
look good. I can tell.
thank
You
you.
look really good.
Thank you. So now let me ask you, from what I know of health, being in the nutraceutical industry for almost 20 years, whatever product you put on is good. Whatever effect it should work with, it needs some building blocks, or like what you say, it needs like molecules. So so with the Visage Super Serum, let's talk about our Simple Six, our amazing 6 products that's out there, the Simple Six. Maybe we can start with Vitality. I remember you mentioning Vitality has all nutrition that you need on a daily basis and some. And of course, for me, I just add, except it doesn't have the calories. We still need the calories. but
Very true.
but it has all that, right? So I'm curious, for the Visage to, and sometimes it's like, okay, when you put the Visage on, it's okay, you go from 1 to 10, you go to a 10. But when you add the things that's from, Visage is outside in, the nutraceutical like Vitality, it's inside out. So molecules in the Vitality really supports the function of how Visage works on our skin.
Yeah, the biggest thing is vitamins and minerals. The skin needs vitamins and minerals because the skin, like all the other cells in the body, these are molecular machines, right? They're consistently doing thousands and thousands of reactions. And vitamins and minerals are like the fuel. They're scientifically, we call them cofactors. They're needed for proper function. So vitamins and minerals, they protect the surface layer of the skin. They have an antioxidant property to them, but they also are involved in regulating the genes of skin cells. And with Vitalite, we have natural vitamins and minerals where the absorption, due to our yeast glycoprotein matrix technology, which is one of our absorption technologies, those vitamins and minerals are able to get into the skin at a much higher rate. And so because of that, they're able to nurture and nourish the skin. And it's a powerful thing where you know, when the skin has all of the ingredients it needs, then that's when the magic immediately happens. And so that's the power of taking Vitalite the same time you're taking our super serum.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what about the Eternell? Eternell has glutathione, it has a CoQ10, it has resveratrol. Now, from what I know in my past, resveratrol, for example, is a pretty big deal because if you want your skin to look good, because you want to look young, resveratrol, through the scientific literature that's there, and I guess since 2002, when the clinical study came out about turning on sirtuin genes, right? That and from what I understand, it's like it's not only those genes, but it's like a magic lock, right? You unlock something, and it's a domino effect in your body, right? Your cells protect itself, and that's how you stay young. So, in how does it work with Eternell in your skin?
Yeah, so resveratrol, like you said, one mechanism of action by which it works is this sirtuin gene mechanism where it helps with longevity. So that's one really, really important mechanism by which it works. The other thing is Eternell. We've shown that this product can help to support healthy gene expression as well. A molecule called BDNF, which is essential for cognitive function. But resveratrol is one of the master gene regulators in the body. That's another thing. Resveratrol has also been shown to be really, really good at protecting the skin. It's a great antioxidant, especially when it sits on the surface of the skin. And when you take resveratrol from the inside, if it's highly bioavailable, some of that reaches the surface of the skin. And so it can cause, it can have a protective effect there. And then the thing that you mentioned, and we don't want to get too geeky, there's something called signal transduction cascades. And that's what you were mentioning, kind of this domino. And resveratrol is really good for that. And a lot of these cascades happen in the skin. And so resveratrol, and there's lots of clinical studies on resveratrol and its benefit for skin health. And then you mentioned glutathione. Glutathione is one of the best antioxidants on the planet. And so if you want your skin to function properly, you want to make sure that the amounts of free radicals that are being produced, and free radicals create something called oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is just basically a fancy term for our cells are aging quicker than they need to be, and they're under duress, they're stressed out. And so glutathione is really good at making sure the cells aren't as stressed out. And then CoQ10 increases the energy production of the mitochondria in the cell. So mitochondria are the power plants of the cell. You think about it, if you want a city to function, to be vibrant and healthy, these power plants need to function well. If they don't, then you have brownouts, right? Where some people have power and other people don't. When everybody's using energy, it causes problems. So when you take CoQ10, you make sure that the power plants inside skin cells are functioning properly. So now our skin can glow and be healthy and vibrant because it has the energy that it needs. Neuro-cosmetic technology is great, but if you don't have energy for that neurocosmetic technology to plug into, then you're hampered a little bit.
Wow, that what you just said is magic. I can imagine now people use Eternell like a mask. After they put the Visage, they're gonna put the Eternell.
That would be
Well,
interesting.
it's funny because at our convention, I have seen people, sitting there, they're eating a sachet of Eternell, and afterward, they're like tearing it open and wiping on their hands. Well, I mean, it's 95% predictive absorbability, right? So you never know, right?
That's right.
Okay, so we just got a new mask. Okay.
That makes my job in development easier. Great.
There you go. There you go. Now, I know, look, I just, recently really started to, get back in shape again, body wise. But also, our muscles on our face regularly on a daily basis, they exercise a lot. And at the end of the day, I noticed my face, I mean, before massage is a little bit more swollen and this. So with the Visage, inflammation is a big deal because we get that as our muscles itself, it exercise and gets inflamed and all that by the end of the day. Or maybe how does the Revive, does it interact with any function that can assist and support the super serum?
Yeah, so supporting a healthy inflammatory status in the body is key for all aspects of human health. And that's also true for the skin. Like you said, we smile, we move, the skin, the face is mechanical, right? There's a lot of things going on there. So that can cause, the inflammatory status of the body to be maybe a little bit outside of the realm that we would want it to be. The other thing is pollution, pollution and pollutants when they sit on the surface of the skin, again, they could throw the inflammatory balance of the body out of whack. And so when we take Revive, not only throughout the body globally, but especially on the skin, it helps to maintain this delicate inflammatory balance. Like a fire in a fire pit is good. That's great. But when the fire gets out of the fire pit, right, and starts to get on your siding and on your, in your garage and obviously the trees, then that's a problem. And so we want to support the inflammatory balance of the body. And Revive does that so well. And when that's happening really well and controlled, then the inflammatory balance of the skin is better in balance. And when inflammatory balance of the skin is better and in balance, then the skin looks better and is balanced.
That's very interesting. I've heard amazing testimonials in terms of inflammation, skin inflammation. How it helps and it supports and it's good stuff. I mean, people getting great results on that. I don't know if anybody submitted any pictures yet, but not that we can talk about it in that kind of way. But yeah, it definitely helps. Now, and I think it comes to mind because skin health is very important. And during the winter time, so well, I'm just thinking, what about immunity? Because we want to stay healthy away from any diseases all that during the winter time. How do we support our immune system on our skin with the Visage? And what about our immune? Does that work to support different functions with Visage?
I love how you brought that up. When we think about the immune system, we think about warding off bad bacteria and viruses and staying healthy, and that's true. And it's harder historically, the data's there. It's harder to stay healthy and to have a strong immune system in the wintertime when the immune system is more challenged historically during the wintertime. And when the immune system is challenged, it kind of draws away resources. It's like you have armies all throughout the body, but when it's challenged, it kind of pulls those armies inside to where the strife, where the conflict is. And so that can leave parts of the body exposed, especially the skin. And one of the things that we do here at 3, we do epigenetics, we do exploration, we do curation. Another thing that we do that we don't talk as much about, but I think is really important, is this thing called inhibiting quorum sensing. Quorum sensing is how bacteria and other organisms like viruses, they talk to each other, and they do so through molecules. One bacteria spits out a molecule, it floats through the medium, the other bacteria picks it up, bing, it registers a signal, and it shoots out another molecule. And these molecules are like words, and this is how they communicate, how they talk with each other. And when they talk enough and to strong enough intensity, what it can do is it can actually unlock genes in these bacteria that allow them to, it's like leveling up, that allow them to actually become virulent, to get us sick, allow them to form biofilms, and allow them to do things that can really compromise health. And so what we found in nature is there are beautiful molecules that can actually cut off that communication. So the bacteria can't talk with each other. And when bad bacteria can't talk with each other because we've cut off their communication, they silo and they die. And when bad bacteria in the gut or on the skin die, other bacteria goes to take its place because there's a finite amount of surface area, both inside in our gut and on the surface of the skin. And so if bad bacteria is going away and passing away, good bacteria is taking its place. And so this is a nice novel way that we can do with immune to support health of the gut microbiome. And we have this same quorum sensing and inhibition technology in Visage Super Serum. So we're supporting health of the skin microbiome. And a really cool thing, scientists have done studies showing that the gut and the skin can talk to each other. It's called the gut-skin axis. And so when we take immune and our gut health is promoted, then that actually sends a signal to the skin saying, hey, things are good here. You can grow and flourish. And when you take Visage Super Serum and the skin microbiome is flourishing and doing well, bing, it sends a signal to the gut microbiome saying, hey, things are good here. And so it's this beautiful, holistic, virtuous cycle between the microbiomes. And that's why taking Immune and taking our Visage Super Serum is a really nice, powerful combination.
Wow, that is something out of this world. It's like it brings a whole new meaning to out beauty or health outside inside out. I mean, it's cyclical. It's a whole circular function. When you have skin, gut access, and now with the brain, I mean, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's watching places going around. That's a beautiful. That's amazing. That's very good to hear, because I think, like, and you described it beautifully, because obviously, like you mentioned, the body is finite resources, finite surface areas, and you want the good stuff to happen rather than the bad. That's great. That's that brings a whole new meaning to our proactive wellness, right? So now,
Yeah.
I know we mentioned a lot about the genes and all that, and it's interesting how you describe the quantum sensing in depth, where it's about that bacteria and when they can communicate, and it activates a gene. Well, so in terms of Visage, along with our Simple Six, heading into the cutting field epigenetics, and that's all it is about. And it's like people are talking about it. It's cutting edge. It's how we can live, only because obviously some scientists out there, for example, see aging as a disease, right? And in a way that, well, do we have to really get old, and suffer, or can we function properly into well into our 70s, 80s, and 90s?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of really interesting discussion going on there. And for me, the biggest takeaway that I have when I read the scientific literature is it's clear that our DNA is robust. It's strong. It's not really going to get cleaved or anything like that. The problem is how the DNA is expressed. Our DNA can be coiled up and it can be covered so that it can't open up and expose these genes. And genes, we have 20,000 of them in the body, and they're vital for every aspect of human health. So genes do much more than just determine if, my eyes are brown and your eyes are blue and your hair is red and whatnot. That's what we think about when we think of genes, right? We think of like ninth and 10th and 11th grade when we were writing things down in biology or whatnot. But really, genes are these switches that control all the processes in life. And so if the genes aren't functioning, the master conductors that are conducting the symphony, if they're thrown in the closet and the door's locked and the key is thrown away, then all of the reactions of the body, it's chaos, it's anarchy. There's nothing to order it, but these genes. And what we found is that small molecules, beautiful molecules from plants, are actually like the conductors. They help to bring this symphony back into balance. And so we're one of the first companies that have shown that our products, or that a nutritional supplement in general, natural molecules from plants, can support genes. And we've published this as a white paper. If anybody's interested, if you don't know what this is, you can go to your back office and you can open up the white paper and you can read. And in that paper, we took 4 of our products. We didn't test Immune and Purify because we know that, a lot of the mechanisms of action by which they're working, but we showed powerfully that the other 4 help to support health of many different types of genes. For instance, we showed that that Vitalite, Collagen, and Revive can maintain health of a gene called BDNF. And BDNF is a gene that's really important at supporting and maintaining cognitive function. There's a lot of interesting research going on BDNF. There's a big conference for the supplement industry. Supply Side West is what it's called, and it's in Vegas. And 50,000 people, descend in this big convention hall, and they talk about the new, latest, and greatest innovations and whatnot. And it's interesting. I get all these flyers, right? Are you coming to Supply Side West? Check out this new innovation. Check out this. Check out that. And you know what a lot of them are talking about? BDNF. Oh, what if it's possible if we could regulate BDNF, if we can maintain BDNF? And there, it's interesting that there was a salesperson. He was like, "Oh man, you should come visit our booth. We're going to be talking about BDNF." And I actually sent him the white paper, our epigenetic white paper, saying, actually, Frank, that's great, and I'm going to be out of town anyways. But why don't you check this out? Our supplements that we've formulated that we've had around for almost coming up on well, it'll be 2 years in May, 18 months right now. These products regulate BDNF production. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, really?" I mean, it's a powerful thing. We have other products, right? In that clinical study, we show that Eternell and Revive regulate a gene called NF-kappa B, and Eternell especially also regulates a gene called IL-6, interleukin 6. And these two genes, NF-kappa B and IL-6, are really important at supporting a healthy inflammatory status in the body. And so when you take our simple six, what's happening is at least six, but many of the genes in the body are being supported and regulating. So again, harmony, beautiful music in the body is functioning properly. And so again, if beautiful music is functioning properly in the body and the body's humming along, literally, when you put that super serum on, man, the core, the foundation of the skin is ready, it's prepared, it's nutrient rich, so that when that serum hits the skin, boom, electricity, magic happens, molecules collide, neurochemistry happens, and things are beautiful.
Well, it's amazing. I think we really have magic right here. It's people are so excited, Dr. Dan. Just so you know, they put the serum everywhere on their body.
Hey, that's great. It's a neurocosmetic on the surface of the skin, and we have a lot of skin surface, so it's great.
So they're like, well, when's the body lotion coming? Yeah, actually, people are excited at Salt Lake City because during one of the breakouts, somebody asked, "Do they sell Visage in a 55-gallon drum?" I said, "Yes, you can buy the package."
That's right. They could talk with Daniel, and I'm sure he could work something out.
Yeah, people are excited and people are playing with, Visage, wherever on their body, however they want to use it. And now we talk about maybe an Eternell mask, and whatever else. Okay, I'm just kidding. But I know you have many things coming down the pipeline. I know you're super, super busy, and appreciate that you spend the time to educate us on Wellness Wednesday. I appreciate you very much. And we hope that you find your luggage soon.
I hope so, or else it's going to be a long couple of days.
Well, thank you very much for the very insightful half an hour. And I hope all of you out there get the nuggets out of it. We talk then again, and we will see you all at the next event. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.